Hey there you guys, welcome back. Today we are going to take some cuttings of some Tradescantia. Also known as Wandering Jew. I don't know, they've got all kinds of names for these things. Don't know why they call them that, but this one's a beautiful variegated white and green variety. Found this in a garden center at some point and absolutely loved it. Found some cuttings elsewhere and thought I'd give it a shot. I wanted to have some of this in some of my hanging baskets next year, or this year, I guess, because it's springtime. And just wanted to show you how I'm going to take cuttings from this to increase the amount of plants that I have. Right now I have one plant here in the pot that's branched out and has done its thing, growing beautifully. It's been growing under the lights. Got all kinds of little side branching going on. Really easy plant to grow, almost foolproof. They thrive under most conditions. They tolerate low light, they tolerate high light, they grow better in higher light, they tolerate moist soil, they tolerate dry soil. They're kind of like a weed, really. If you live in a tropical environment, they probably are a weed, but in my climate, they die over the winters. So if they go like crazy, then so be it. Next year they're gone anyway. So, well, not all species of Tradescantia are annuals in my area. Some of them are perennials, but for the most part, these ones that grow like weeds are annuals. So anyway, enough rambling. Let's get to it. I'll bring you down closer and I'll show you where I'm going to cut and how we're going to plant them. So here we go. You're perched right atop my my plants here. So I'm going to take a sharp knife. Sterilized knife. This is a freshly washed knife, so it's pretty good. We're going to use some 4-inch pots. I'm going to do 2 pots of them. Probably put 3 or 4, maybe even 5 cuttings in each pot, so I'm going to really fill them up. I've got a regular all-purpose potting soil right here. I've pre-moistened it just because my soil is really dry. I'm going to use a piece of paper towel and I'm just going to stick it in the bottom of the pots as I do, just to cover up the drain holes. There we go. It's a little easier said than done when dealing with small pots and small pieces of paper towel. I'm just going to fill these completely up with potting soil. You can't see that, but that's what I'm doing. Just going to firm it down just a little bit. We don't want to pack it like concrete, but we want to make sure that all the air pockets are gone. Okay, so that's good. Leaving about 1 centimeter at the top of the soil surface so that when we water, we don't lose any water. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut this vine back almost to the plant, back to the base. I've got a bunch of little sections here, just cutting it anywhere really. If it's well watered, these should cut very easily. Again, just chopping anywhere. Sharp knife works best. You can use pruning shears as well. Where are we here? These things turn into a tangled mess after a while. So pruning this plant will force it to send out all kinds of offshoots. So this will be a healthier plant just from doing this. You're going to get so many, it's going to be so full. In probably 3 weeks' time, you're going to be like, what, is that even the same plant? Pruning does these really well. So now we've got a few different cuttings here. What you want to do, let me see if I can get this closer. It's kind of hard to see. We've got a node here where the leaf joins, a node here, a node here, and a node here. So you want to have 2 nodes per cutting. So I want to chop it between here and here. Well, I'll chop it right there. Can you see the knife there? We're going to cut it right here, and we'll leave the growing tip. This one will be a cutting, and then this one will be a cutting. So what you want to do is remember which way is up with these things. If you plant them upside down, they will not grow. So this is one cutting. I'm going to remove the bottom leaf. Don't need that, it'll just rot in the soil. Same thing with this one. We've got the growing tip on this one. Just remove the bottom leaf. Bring the pod over here. If you had a pencil or something, you can make a little hole with a pencil. If you don't make a hole for it before you poke the plant in, it is possible that you will snap the stem. You don't want that. Won't be the end of the world, but you just don't want to do any undue damage to it. I'm just going to make sure that this first node that we've cut and remove the leaf, make sure that that's under the soil surface. That's where the roots are going to start growing from, and the top node should be where the leaves are going to start growing from. So I'm going to go ahead and do that again. Again, here we go. There is a node here. There's a node here, there's a node here, here, and then the growing tip. I'm going to chop it right here. So this one's going to have 3 nodes, this one's only going to have 2. So just chop it. And this one that has 3, we're going to bury this one a little deeper. I'm going to take the 2 leaves off of this one and leave the very top leaf. Make a little bit of a hole in the soil and cover up those 2 nodes. And then this one that has the growing tip, just going to remove the bottom leaf, pop it in the soil. It's really as easy as that. It's super easy. These you don't need to put in a humidity dome. You can if you'd like, but they actually grow better if they don't have... Sorry, that's my automatic feeder for my fish tank. They actually grow better if they are in the air. They don't need to have added humidity, unless of course your humidity in your home is 0. Then you'll want to give it some extra humidity. Just cover it with a piece of plastic or put it in a Ziploc bag. But you don't need a lot of humidity for these guys. They will start to wilt. They will look a little bit yucky for a day or 2, but then they will bounce back. They are really resilient plants. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make more cuttings from this, just following the same method, but I'm not going to waste your time. It's as simple as this. I will add a little bit of water to this. Also, the soil is pre-moistened, so I really don't need to, but I want to make sure that it's good and moist. So I'll water it just when the soil starts to become dry again, and I'll keep repeating until growth starts occurring. Once growth starts occurring, you could probably lower the watering down a little bit because they are more drought tolerant when they start to grow. Anyway, thanks for watching, and tell me what you're growing this summer. The new growing season's on its way, so I'm sure you guys are doing something similar in your own homes. Anyway, keep me updated. There's another one happening right here. So there's no real rhyme or reason to where they're growing. So we're just gonna stick that right in there,